For $125,000, you can go to space on this balloon. And that might be the cheapest way to go to space because Virgin Galactic would cost $450,000. And that is only a 10-minute ride into space. Space travel is coming in fast. And this company is selling seats on this giant balloon that drifts up into space. And they will actually start taking people up next year. It's a 6-hour ride, so 2 hours going up, 2 hours up in space, and 2 hours coming back down. And you take off and land in the ocean. Inside the balloon, you will have a bathroom and a bar. Instead of a massive blast-off, this balloon rises at about 12 miles per hour. And inside they have room for 8 people and 1 pilot. The balloon will go up 100,000 feet. Compare that to when you fly in an airplane, you're usually cruising at around 35,000 feet. I meet this guy who already reserved his seat on a balloon.
I could never afford, a ticket on SpaceX or Richard Branson's space trip. Rich people to just go up and burn a hole in the ozone for an 11-minute experience.
I also meet Jane, who is the founder and co-CEO of Space Perspective.
We don't have critics that tell us that it's not going to happen because we're making space accessible in ways never previously imagined.
The balloon is like the size of a football field. It's massive. So this company is considered the only carbon neutral space travel company. And once you're up in space, you'll even have Wi-Fi. But I'm sorry, I did the math and it costs about $350 a minute to be in this balloon. So you better not be on your phone.
I have a lot of people come up to us and say, thank you. I have been waiting my entire life to go to space and I never really thought it was possible, but here it is. So when we think about the price of going to space, of course it costs roughly $50+ million to go to the International Space Station, let's say. It costs you roughly $1 to $2 million to go on Blue Origin, it's not published. 450 on Virgin. So we're like, wait, we really want to make this accessible. Spaceship Neptune is incredibly physically accessible, right? We go to space at 12 miles an hour with this amazing zero-emission space balloon. How do we price it so that, look, we are going to space still, but how do we price it so that we can allow as many people as possible to go? So we're $125,000 a ticket at the moment. Obviously, our long-term vision is to bring the price down even further. A lot of things had to come together for us to really be able to do what we're doing with Spaceship Neptune. So, of course, there's all of the materials that have needed to come together, like energy-dense batteries that are really light, and the composite structure that the capsule is built on, and all of the other kinds of technologies that needed to come together. But the other thing that needed to come is, we needed to have the finance markets get excited about space, right? And so now the financial markets are pouring into space. We needed the market itself, the public, to get excited about space so that everybody would want to go. And I'm telling you, they do want to go. We've already sold over 1,000 tickets, so we're super excited about that. One of the things that people don't think about with regards to space travel is the profound effect it has on people. And that has knock-on effects around the world, right? So to date, we've had a very small cohort of people go to space, but just about every one of them comes back and has had their idea of their place in the universe and on this planet transformed, right? They see our planet in that blackness of space, and it just makes them understand how vulnerable this planet is and how beautiful it is to be part of this singular human family that inhabits it. So they come back and get more involved in social and environmental causes than before they left. So now imagine that you've got thousands, hundreds of thousands, eventually millions of people going to space and having that incredibly transformational experience of seeing our Earth in space. That will have an enormous ripple effect around the planet. We're going to be starting our commercial flights around the end of 2024 from the area around Florida. So, for example, you'll be able to see the Bahamas from space, or you'll be able to see the Keys, you'll see the whole peninsula of Florida. But then, of course, we're going to be able to take this all around the world. We're launching from a ship. Marine Spaceport Voyager is our first ship, and she is going to be enabling us to go almost anywhere in the world, right? So now we can launch from, let's say, the southern Mediterranean, where you'll be able to go up, and from there you'll see, for example, the Nile Delta, or you'll see the pyramids, or you'll see out across the Middle East. It's just going to be incredible. So, or you could see the Boot of Italy, and then we'll be able to go somewhere else, and you'll be able to see the Northern Lights from space. Wow. So, yeah, we're going to be taking this all around the world. This is truly the safe way of going to space, right? So the balloon itself has been flown over 1,000 times by NASA, European Space Agency, our team, and everybody. So it's an incredibly well understood technology, very safe. The capsule is a really simple, straightforward space capsule, the kind of thing that's been done so many times now, which is a really fun thing to be able to say. And then in between the balloon and the capsule, there is a series of parachutes that are routinely used by the US government and others for payloads much heavier than our capsule. So the entire vehicle is incredibly safe, and I'm really proud that Spaceship Neptune is incredibly safe, incredibly accessible, zero emissions way of going to space. And I invite everybody to come with us.